extra money. Oh, Anthony's back there. He's sulking. Oh, damn. I'm getting my ass kicked. Oh, dang. I'm too old for fights, man. Don't mess up my beard. Hit me in the belly. I won't feel that. Before we go, I had a lot of people ask me because they said they thought this was our last show. And it kind of is. We'll do some hits next year probably at the festival. I got health stuff I'm going to battle. Don't worry, I'm not dying. So don't be all happy and shit. Oh, that motherfucker's dying. I'm glad he's leaving, but he's getting on my damn nerves. No, I'm not dying. I'm just fighting it on, and it's getting better already, actually. But I'm going to keep rolling on so I can be here and drive my wife nuts, because she already went through her share of crap. So it's my turn. So we're going to keep rolling.
All right.
But I also want to do a side project, Afrobeat jazz. I'm a big fan of that. And I've been wanting to do it for a long time. And I've been a pussy, what can I say? Fumble Deep took a lot of my time. I loved it. I am blessed. It's been going on since 2007, although it took 2 years to get to the stage. But when we first got to the stage, I knew this is what I wanted to do in 2009. We played our first gig at Espresso Yourself over in Powell. And it was magical, it was so much fun, but we had 9 people. And that's a lot to manage, right? So I had to learn a lot of stuff really quick. First thing is get rid of 3 people. That worked out pretty good. But some people left because once they see how serious you were going with it, they couldn't hang. They were like basement people, doing music in the basement. So they weren't ready to go into that other level. Ironically, Andre was at that show. He wasn't playing with us then. Had another drummer and a sax player, but he was there then. And he kept saying he wanted to play, but you know he had his own bands. You know, so he was a busy dude. So I didn't think it was going to work out, but I'll get to that later. I first met Andre actually. Well, I didn't meet him. Me and Sandra were at Vaughn's at 161. And there was his brother setting up his drum kit and PA set for his band, Grandview. Now, I never heard of him, and I don't go see cover bands, so I don't know who's who. But this guy was meticulous. Made sure every cymbal was in the right place. I said, that guy's an asshole, but I bet he's pretty good. Yeah. And it's ironic that I used to go to jam sessions at the Crest when I decided that I wanted to start a band. And I met all these musicians, and I met Pounce, who used to play percussion with us. And that's how I ended up meeting Andre. And after my Taco Bell embarrassment, I'll get into that. The first cats I had, a sax player and a drummer. The drummer was cool. They both cool cats, but one was a smooth jazz sax player. And then I had a drummer who was very hard fusion like Billy Cobham. Almost, but not quite there. And we knew it wasn't going to work, but they wanted to have a meeting with me. So instead of taking me somewhere nice to cuss me out, they took me to Taco Bell. So I'm sitting here looking at this burrito, it looks like a baby's diaper. And I'm looking, and these cats are cussing me out because we're not doing like restaurant, corporate gigs, and smooth jazz. And I kept saying, no, I'm not doing that. There's plenty of good smooth jazz cats in town. Not enough fusion cats, right? And eventually he left. Andre jumped in, saved the day.
Yay! Yay! Yay, Andre!
So I had 6 cats. I had Dr. Michael Goki on trombone, phenomenal cat. He's over here somewhere mentally. He's over here. Bad cat, super bad. And we were blessed to have him. Then we had Dr. Keith Newton, They're both PhDs in music, and they were phenomenal cats. I mean, I learned a lot from them musically. And we had Kevin Jones and Pounce and Andre, and we just did our thing, you know, since late 2009 to now. And the band changed when Kevin left and Keith left, because Keith moved to LA for a minute. He's back now. Robert stepped in, and he learned our whole repertoire in like 2 or 3 days.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting there going, what the hell? I had to rethink, you know what I'm saying? I mean, what the hell was I doing all this time? And then we played as a trio for a while. In fact, our last CD is a trio. And it came out really good, but I do miss sax. I miss horns, I miss percussion, I'm not gonna lie. And we talked about some cats, and the funny thing about musicians, not just here, but a lot of cities, musicians like just doing gigs. They're not interested in learning new material, writing material. They just want to play what they know. Everybody say night and day and sea. That's it. They don't want to do nothing else. They'll play Golden up the yin yang. They don't want to learn nothing. Don't learn no new stuff. And he suggested Anthony. Anthony came in and said, and now we got a sex swing. And it's, you know, and then as time, COVID and all that, and the health crowd, I said, well, it's time for me to step back for a minute, because these guys are super busy. I think Andre, you still play deuce and a quarter, so it's not, he's not super busy like he used to. Robert's got a couple things going. He's got 2 CDs out, State of Soul and the State of Groove. Both the shit, by the way. You should pick them up, look them up. And Anthony, how many bands you playing, man? 4 or 5? 4? Are all of them called the Anthony Jackson Group? Just what? I was gonna say. If you see me go black eye later, so, but when I gave the announcement, I've got some of the most interesting comments from them. Andre seemed like he probably felt it was coming, because I've known him the longest. He's like a younger brother. We are always going at it, right? I mean, we're going at it like brothers. And the other cats, they came on and said how much they love doing this and wanted to keep going. And I was sitting there going, I thought you cats were wanting to play them on these other bands. And they were saying, no, because you're doing your own thing. Everybody else is kind of doing the same thing. There's the straight ahead cats, there's the rock blues cats, and then there's some blues cats, and there's the smooth jazz cats, right? And we don't exactly fit in any of that. Ironically, Smooth Jazz Radio plays us, but they only play, you know, the Wanding and Jaw Jacker and stuff like that. They don't play Price of Sugar and that. But there's all these college radio stations, and they and the internet stations overseas play us like crazy. If you go on Pandora, Spotify, and Apple Music, we're out there. But most of the music is played on an internet radio station in some other country. And I used to do all those interviews, and it was a blast talking to these folks. Another thing about the music business, 98% of the people you talk to know nothing about music. Not only that, they don't care. They want to know what they can sell, they want to hear you, and then move on. You have to tell them what to play. They just can't pick a song and play it. They don't know what to do. And then every now and then you get a hold of one of these internet stations or a jazz station in like Hartford, Connecticut, where we played. That was a blast. They can ask questions about music, and you're sitting there going, "All right, this is gonna be fun. All right, let's have a conversation." So after I do this project, I want to get back and do some more music here because I want to record. I got 30 damn cuts on tape that I need to do, and not all of them are going to fit into the Afrobeat thing. So I want to say first, I can't wait to play with you guys again, but also thank you for blessing me with your talents and your time all this time. Especially Andre, who I've known since he was a baby, obviously. That's right. When I met you, Evan wasn't even born to me. She was in the oven. Yeah, when they came to the gig at Espresso, Dion was pregnant. So Evan wasn't even born to me. How old is she now? 14. Wow. So I am very lucky, to share this time with music. I've been wanting to do this my whole life, but I didn't have the skill sets because in the 80s I was an asshole. Yeah, I really was. I know it's hard to believe. And I would have just fired everybody at the first gig, right? And then, I got better at it. And then I stopped doing music in the early 90s. I stopped playing altogether. When I met my wife in 2006, I wasn't even playing bass. I would tell her I was playing. She would look at me like, yeah, whatever. Because she didn't, we didn't have Facebook yet, so she didn't see any pictures. And then I would show her, she still didn't believe me. And then when I bought her bass, I think you went to out of town with your family, and I went to Confest. It was in Confest. Foley was the headliner. Bad Cat, if you've never seen it. Foley played with Miles and a whole bunch of folks. The man is phenomenal. And before that was the Flex Crew. And I sat there and said, I'm gonna do that shit. And I bought a 5-string cheapy bass, took 3 lessons, and I was back playing again. And that's when I started going to the jam sessions at the Crest where I met Andre and eventually all you cats. So I just want to again say thank you for supporting live, instrumental, independent music. Ironically, this is the weirdest city to start such a thing. But since I lived in LA, Portland, Oregon, this was the only city it could have started. It doesn't make any sense, does it? You think LA would have hit, they don't have nowhere to play. Where are you going to play? It's either smooth jazz, straight ahead. That's it. Portland was straight ahead. And then later it got more into smooth jazz for the bigger show. Seattle had a nice jazz club. They had fusion there, but if nobody knows who you are, you're not going to be in the Jazz Kitchen anytime, or the Jazz Alley anytime soon. So I ended up coming here, and we did Espresso, then Dick's Den, then we did Confest. And when you do Confest one time, 5,000-10,000 people saw you, and now they know who you are. And then we started playing everywhere, like every week. It's crazy. Then we recorded. We made our first CD, Eclecticism. That was a blast. Had a lot of learning. Phil Rainey, who plays with Urban Jazz Coalition. Me and him, I've known him for 40 years probably. And actually met him in LA before he came back. And when I finished the album, I said, yeah, I just finished it, man. We're ready to roll. He said, oh, that's nice. Now you got the real work. And I didn't know. The real work is the marketing. Getting people to listen to you. Getting it to radio stations. Getting it to promoters. And you got to do that. What was I doing? I'd be in bed at 1 o'clock every day, trying to get people to hear it. And eventually, it got out there. And you get on a few radio stations, and then it kind of takes off. You ain't gonna get rich doing this. I mean, I don't have a vet or nothing, or a Range Rover, but I'm having fun. This is as much fun as I have with the grandkids. And this is no place better to be on stage than with these cats doing this. This is everything. And again, thank you. Thank you. Let's keep going.